Hey there, amplifiers. Perhaps you've heard there's riches in the niches, and maybe you've even considered niching your business, but you haven't quite pulled the trigger because you're not sure which niche is right for you. Well, fear not, because in this video, we're talking about how to find your business niche, a step-by-step guide. So take some notes and take some action, and let's get into traction. Welcome to Growth Amplifiers, where we showcase the best tips, resources, and tools to amplify and scale your business. All right, first step, do a little bit of introspection to understand what are you passionate about? Who are the type of people that light you up? What are the industries that you really have some interest in? If you can find something that energizes you, that you really would want to go in deep with, why not give that some attention? Because we're going to be putting a lot of time and energy connecting with people, really understanding their desires, their wants and aspirations, their fears, their challenges, what makes them tick, maybe going to their events, connecting in their communities. Find something that you're passionate about, because that's going to show up in how you connect with people. And then think about your past experience and the skills that you've developed through the years. Do you have some experience working with certain types of people or certain industries that you could say, I already know I can serve these people. I already know I can solve their challenges. And this can help make sure that you're aligning your passions up with those skills. And if you haven't necessarily selected one, you can have a few here. And if you're not sure which one to start with, I like asking people this question. Think of your past customers or maybe your current customers, and think of if you can multiply one of them because you really enjoy working with them and it was a great experience. Does someone come to mind? If you have a few, that's okay. Just select the top one that comes to mind and continue working with that. You can always adjust through time. Sometimes you have to try a few niches before you really land on the right one, and that's okay. You're not committing to something for life. You're just getting a little bit of focus to take action. All right, next thing we're looking at is making sure we're doing a little bit of time to research the needs and the trends that are going on. You can do this by asking people, right? You can connect with people online in different online communities and groups. You can go to some different events. If you're really going to an industry, you can go to some trade events, some organizations, and ask people, what are the challenges that they're dealing with? What are the things that they're looking for? If they're already working with certain service providers or using certain products, what don't they have that they would really find a new solution of value? And getting a sense of what's going on in the market. You want to make sure that you're looking at some online publications, looking into some articles to try to see if this is an emerging industry or if this is one that may be phasing out. You know, if you wouldn't want to be going after newspapers, for example, when they're on the downward trend, you'd want to be looking into jobs that are on the upward trend and growing. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Then it's finding that sweet spot. Finding that sweet spot of what you're passionate about, what really energizes you, that you have a heart for, where your skills really align. You know, do you have the skills to really serve that industry? And then is the need there? Is there a call for it? And really finding that niche sweet spot is great. Sometimes there's a really saturated market. A lot of competition going after that same general niche. Well, you can go in a little bit deeper and find that sweet spot that's a little bit underserved, that you're passionate about, that you have the skill sets in, and really dominate the playing field. Next, it's validating your niche. Now, we understand they already have the need, so are they willing to take action to solve the need? Are they willing to pay for it? And do they have the means to pay for it? So, for example, if you were thinking about niching with, worm collectors, maybe you're really passionate about worms for some reason. Well, maybe they don't have the means to pay for your service. So you might have a niche that you're really passionate about, you really want to help, but they just don't have the funds to afford hiring you. So you might have a passion project, create a charity, and serve to them in other ways. You can give them informational products, do events for them, maybe even give some free services out. but you wouldn't want to devote your business to niche to a market that can afford paying for you. So you do need to pay attention to that. Are they willing and able to pay for your services? And then once you've defined that, you want to make sure that you're really clear on the who. So we talked about that a moment ago briefly. There's a niche of an industry, but then you really got to get focused on that industry and the avatar that you're focusing on, because there's all sorts of different people in an industry, and the laser focused you get, the better you can go right to that market and speak their language and really communicate to their wants and the challenges that they're dealing with and how you can help them resolve those challenges. So getting laser focused on who that niche is. I'll give you a quick example. When first starting to market and work with CPAs, I initially was communicating, hey, we can help you generate more leads and close more sales. But what I came to find is a lot of CPAs aren't looking for leads and sales. They've got enough business. They're needing help with kind of elevating the value of their current customers, or they want to simplify and scale their business in other ways. And so we had to realize, okay, there is a market for people that want to grow their business, but there's also different people that's not their need. So you've got to be clear on that niching message when you get there, and then what makes your product, your approach, your service unique. One of the things we like doing is creating a branded approach to cultivating transformation. We have the Amplified Growth System, for example, that really helps to identify people's challenges, assess where their gaps are, and then help optimize for peak performance. And it's a process that we go through. It's original, and that is one thing that makes our process unique, is we're not a flash in the pan marketing approach. We're helping people develop and optimize systems so they can have consistent results. So chances are you're already doing this in some regard, but when you brand it, you're making it your own. So those are things that you can do to really own your niche. You're going to those events. You're putting your message out there. You're connecting with those communities. You're connecting with people in the industry. And when you go all in, you're going to be seen as the go-to expert for that industry, especially if you've got the skills to back it up. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. We are looking for amplifiers who are looking to make a difference, and your support does make a difference. And just as a recap, we talked about number 1, unearth your passion and skills. Number 2, research your needs and the trends that are going on. Number 3, find that sweet spot that really is aligning your passion and the skills and the needs. Validate your niche, make sure that they have the willingness and they're able to afford your services. And last but not least, really refine and own your niche by getting crystal clear on who you're targeting, what their needs are, how you'll provide value to them, and communicate what makes your process unique. So those are things you can do. Don't overthink it. Just take the first step. You can try it, you can get in it, and you can always change later. But making a decision now, taking the first step, that's how you get from idea into action and be an amplifier. Thank you for your support. To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.